Well, hey guys, it's the Red Shadow here, and I'm back. Been gone for a little while. Pretty unintended, mostly just lack of motivation and laziness on my part. That's just kind of what it always is whenever I am gone for a while. I mean, other than the times when I was gone for not having internet for the longest time. But I wanted to start what I hope will be a bunch of different videos on different things in the near future, with this little update video. Like I said, just to say I'm back, and like what's going on, what I'm going to be doing, and just some general thoughts about my channel and YouTube and etc., etc. So yeah, anyway, the last video I put up was my I believe it was the December pickups video, December 2021 pickups video. I guess while I'm sitting here I could just take a look and see. Alright, so yeah, 2 months ago, December 2021 pickups. Before that was the November 2021 monthly roundup. So, pickups videos, probably my favorite thing to do, except for when I have, like, say, my my favorite games videos, things like that. But you know, you can only do that kind of stuff so much. I've already done 2 series on my favorite games, of all time. And even though I was wanting to do movies and TV shows, and those are still banked for, you know, somewhere down the road, you know, once I've done that kind of stuff, it seems to be a speed bump to be like, well, what do I do next aside from the stuff that I always do? Pickups videos, like I was going to say, are like my favorite thing to do, because I buy games and movies and I like to show them off, and I like to, you know, like add stuff to my collection. It's never ending. It's always something that's going on. Even on slow months, I still manage to pick up a couple things here and there. So those things are really easy to do, and yet for some reason I just had a heck of a time sitting down at the end of January and being like, here's what I've got. And then it got to be February, and I was like, well, I can do 2 months worth and put it all into a video. And then that just didn't happen. That was 2 weeks ago, and it's like, I got stuff for March already. And so I don't know, it's just doing too many other things, like maybe playing games or watching YouTube, just being tired and not having a whole lot of time when I get done with work. Just general malaise about everything, the state of the world, the state of my mental health, you know, family situations, all kinds of different things that are in play. It's like, it's just been kind of rough, and it's been a bummer. But I figured one of these days I would finally get to a point where I could sit down and get started again, kind of clear this mental, you know, writer's block, so to speak. But, you know, in terms of just sitting down here and doing YouTube stuff. And I finally did it. This week has been a bit of a long week. I got my COVID booster on Sunday, and it kicked my butt worse than I thought it was going to. It wasn't necessarily as bad as my second dose of the vaccine I got last year, but it was different in some ways. And so I've been home for the last 4 days. Today's my last day. I go back to work tomorrow, and I just hope that during this time I would have what it would take to sit down and do something. So that's this video here. So here's what's going to happen. Some of the things that I've been thinking about, and things I want to change and stop doing in certain ways. Pickups videos will continue on. More than likely the next thing that I film while I'm sitting here right now on this Thursday, March 17th, will be pickups video for January and February together in one video, showing all of that stuff. And then at the end of this month, you know, hopefully I will still feel motivated enough. I'll sit down and do that pickups video for March and try to stick with the monthly. I like doing it monthly. It's nice, repetitive cycle, and that's something that my poor old brain can handle. One thing I'm going to get one thing I'm going to get rid of is the monthly roundup videos. I thought that the monthly roundup videos would be easier for me to just say, over the last month, here's what I've played, watched, listened to, read, whatever it ended up being. For the most part, it was always just games I played, movies and shows that I watched. But I wanted it to be a catch-all for a bunch of different stuff, because I felt like dropping videos for a bunch of different things, every time I played something, every time I watched something, seemed like overkill. But I realized that maybe the videos are overkill. That November monthly roundup video didn't have a view on it for like 2 months or more. And I've said this in so many different videos. I don't care about the views, but at the same time, I guess in a way I do. If I put out a video and it just sits there, there's got to be a reason. And I suppose if a thumbnail just says monthly roundup, who knows what that means? So the monthly roundup is just going to have to go. It's just going to have to die. It's the videos are super long, and while long videos are not a thing that I care about, if I do a long video and give a bunch of thoughts and talk about stuff, and it gets absolutely no action whatsoever, then in a way I do feel a little bit, it's like I can sit here and think to myself about stuff, or I can go to work and talk to my friends who are into gaming and other things. I can do that, and not, waste bandwidth and waste battery on the camera and stress about stupid little things, like about whether or not I've shaved my neck so I don't look like an idiot when I sit down on camera. Like, these are the things I think about, and sometimes what blocks me from excuse me, that's a thing I hate too, the constant clearing of my throat crap. These are just these little things that sometimes prevent me from doing this. And I'm not looking for a career on YouTube. I've tried to up my thumbnail game. I still have no real editing skills other than putting two video clips together when for some reason my camera splits them into more when it goes more than half an hour. Like, I'm not looking to make money. I'm not looking to have a bunch of fans or anything like that. But I do kind of like, there's a community, I feel, of smaller YouTube channels that do pickups and collection videos and talk about games and just vlog and speak about things in general. There's a lot of us out there that, I don't know, I just sort of feel like it's a community even when I don't really have any connections with any of those other people. I want to feel like there's some minimal amount of engagement on the YouTube thing, because otherwise I can just not do it. It's not that important for me. So anyway, like I said, the monthly roundup videos are just going to have to go, because they're not doing it for me like I thought they would. I get to the end of the month and I'm like, well, what did I watch or play at the beginning of the month? And I have to go through. Thank goodness I have forums and Facebook groups and apps that I go and I talk about this stuff with, and I can go back and refer to what I played, not just what I beat, but like what I played. It's a bit of a chore, and for my brain and the way my brain works, I start to stress out about that stuff. I start to, like, oh, I'm not going to remember everything. I'm going to forget some thought that I had about a game, etc., which can happen at any time, but especially trying to fill a big pot, a monthly pot, with all these different things that I've gotten into over the last month. Stuff that's going to get buried, stuff that's going to get forgotten. So I'm going to ditch the monthly roundup thing, and I'm going to go back to the old thing that I used to do, which is, I'm going to look back through the channel to forever and ever ago. So I did recent gaming whenever I'd play and beat a game. Recent reading when I read a book. That's probably not coming back because I haven't fully read a book in years. Recent viewing for movies and shows and things like that. So that kind of stuff is going to come back. And then if somebody gives a shit about what I thought about some game I played or some TV show or movie or whatever that I watched, it'll be there, and they won't have to sit down to a video that's 30, 45 minutes or 60 minutes that's then crammed with me mentally scrambling through all the stuff that I watched or played or etc. etc. Okay, so pickups video will be coming soon. I'm going to get rid of the monthly roundup. And then I just have some kind of random videos that I want to do, things I've been thinking about. I literally have on top of my computer desk, and have for a few months now, a bunch of stuff related to a particular franchise, video game franchise that's had its 25th anniversary last year, and I was going to do something more in time with the anniversary, but I'm still going to do it. I want to talk about a recent passing in the wrestling community that is a little bit more affecting for me than some other wrestling deaths in recent memory. I wanted to talk about like Microsoft's purchase of Activision Blizzard and Bethesda the year before, and just some thoughts about that, especially now that I've had more time to think about it. And just a few things like that. Maybe some more vlogs. Although I usually like to vlog about something that I'm thinking about as opposed to, here's my day, here's what happened today kind of stuff. And those moments of inspiration are kind of fleeting. They come and go at times. So we'll see. And lastly, I just want to say that this video, for no other reason than just accountability for myself. I say it a lot. Sometimes I put a video out and I say this is for accountability. This is so that I feel like if I put it out there, maybe I'll adhere to it a little bit. It doesn't mean that I will. I could disappear again after this video and not do even the pickups videos. That's probably not going to happen though. This stuff is literally sitting right here in front of me. So, yeah. So anyway, this was just a hopefully shortish update video. Why I haven't done anything for a little while, just that, like I said, laziness and lack of motivation, and a few things I want to change and tinker with. Ditch the monthly roundup, go back to the recent gaming and recent yada yada videos. One thing I was going to say, there will be one last monthly roundup style video, and that's because over the last, well, I haven't for a couple of weeks now, but let's say December, January, and a little ways into February, I was trying to catch up on the MCU movies, and I managed to get all the way up to where I had been caught up before, which is up through Thor Ragnarok. So I'm not going to go back and do, 10, 15 different videos on those Marvel movies, especially because I may have videos already up that covered some of those when I originally watched them. But I think I will do some sort of a mashup of all the MCU movies up to Thor Ragnarok, talking about them. I'll pull out my phone on my Letterboxd app and show you like what I ranked them and when I watched them. Talk about each of those movies a little bit more now that I've had a chance to watch all of those movies now for at least 2 times. And then once I've done that, I've kind of held off on starting in with Black Panther and moving towards where I'm at. I'm missing 1 or 2 of the movies. Black Widow and the Eternals, I think, are the only ones I don't own. But once I've done that MCU roundup video, then I will, I think, finally start to feel comfortable in moving forward into the new territory of the movies I haven't seen. Okay, so I'm going to shut up now, stop yapping. Appreciate y'all watching, if anybody does, and we'll see you after I stop hitting things with my elbow. Bye.